got a funny story about what happened yesterday, but I can't tell it.
Why would you tease me like that?
Wow. Yo, I got my son here, Malachi Richmond. The smiling face. Yeah.
Great intro.
So Malachi, what's one of the most important love lessons you've learned from your dad?
Most important love lessons I've learned from my dad is what true agape love really means. Not everybody knows our story. Not everybody knows what our family has gone through. But one thing I've seen both of my parents do is love people no matter what they do to them. Love people no matter how they act towards them. Really love people how Jesus has taught us to, unconditionally, non-judgmental. What's another word for it? Just truly unconditional. You know, it doesn't matter how people act towards them, no matter what people do towards them, no matter what people say about them, no matter how people try to come against the way they live their lives, the way they teach, the way they carry themselves, the way they run this church, the way they steward people, lead people. No matter what, they always love people the same way, no matter how it's going. So I think the biggest love lesson is just to love your enemies and never stop loving. Never stop loving no matter how it feels. Never stop loving no matter how things are going. And just continue to always be yourself no matter how other people are treating you.
That's really good. That's on God.
Yeah. Sure.
So what is one of your favorite memories from growing up that helped you to understand what love is?
I know a good one. I'm sorry, I know the question was for
please.
you, but I remember when we got pulled over by the cops, and they pulled me out the car.
She's gonna cry again.
Yeah.
Hold on.
They pulled me out the car. We had just got Mexican food. I was more concerned my food was getting cold. I'm like, man, the food. Anyway, it was a mistaken identity. Somebody had just did something crazy. Was apparently driving a car like ours. They pulled us over, and when they pulled me out the car, took me over to the gate, had me put my hands behind my back. He was maybe 5, 6, yeah, something like that.
I was 3 years old.
Little guy, and he came and stood right over next to me and put his hands behind his back. He was like, y'all gonna arrest me, you gonna arrest my dad, you gonna arrest me. What?
Hey, but that's just the type of relationship we have, you know what I'm saying? Hey.
He's like, you gonna charge me as an adult too.
No, I think that's really the type of relationship that we have, especially now.
That's crazy.
And if, you can say a memory, but I just think that the way he's raised me, the life that we've lived together is just, it's been nothing but love memories, like from lessons in basketball, my lowest days where I talk back to him, days where I'm not my best, days where I'm my best. Like he'll never treat me any differently. He'll always be honest with me when I'm doing well, when I'm doing bad. Like, I think I have many memories I could share, but I think the biggest thing is just, like I said, the way he loves me is kind of like the way he loves everybody around him. It's unconditional. And I think a lot of people, not a lot of people, because we have a lot more people who don't take it for granted than people who do take it for granted. But I think, a lot of people don't understand that he's really what he talks about. You know what I mean? And I think that's the biggest love memory or love fact that I know about my pops is like he's about what he talks about, especially in terms of love. I mean, he just wrote a book about it, and so go buy that book.
Love gone wild.
I did not think you said that.
I'm not finished yet. Go buy that book.
What's one thing you've learned from your dad about being a man?
Ooh.
For you.
Yeah.
And then for you, what's one thing you've learned from your son about being a man?
Ooh.
Nah.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I don't know.
You go first.
All right, I'll go first. I've said this before, but I think the biggest thing I've learned about being a man is, I said this in my commitment party or whatever it was. Being a man is not, I think it says in the Bible, but like worldly wealth is futile. Meaning, you have all the cars, money, savings account, bank account, all the success in the world. But none of that means anything unless your relationship with God is right, unless you have the fear of the Lord in your heart. And I think that's the biggest thing that he's taught me is stay focused on the Prince of Peace. That's the key to everybody's greatness. At least my greatness is that, stay focused on the Prince of Peace and all else will work out. And this is my verse that I live by, but I also learned that this was the verse that he lived by, was seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things will be added to you, Matthew 6:33. And so I think that's probably the biggest lesson, even though it's a lesson from the Bible. This is something that he's taught me and been an example of actively, verbally, in his life, is really seeking first the kingdom and trusting God in everything. And everything has been added to him, and everything will continue to be added to him. So that's what I trust, that's what I learned, and that's what I live by. So.
Yeah, I think what I've learned from my son or from Mally that has helped me be a better man is I think I've learned from him how to be a son. And I think to be a real, I think to qualify as a real man, I think you have to allow yourself to be a son. With a biological father, present or not, I think sonship is beyond having a biological father active in your life. And I think every good man is a good son, and every good son is a good man. And I think I didn't have a father, so I couldn't be a son to a man. But having to be his father and watching him be a son taught me how to be a son. Right? So I've learned how to be a son through him, which helped me be a man, because I had to father a young boy, and I had to wrestle through some of my envy and some of my just kind of resentment, and fight through that and realize that no matter what I didn't have, God wants to provide it through me for him. And that just helped me walk in a deeper level of unconditional love. And I think I accepted that although my dad wasn't there, no, I deserve to have a father in my life. Therefore, he does too. So I need to be all the man that he needs me to be, even though I didn't have all the man that I needed. And so I would say through my son, I've learned how to be a better man because I've learned how to be a son.
And then a little lighter, just to close it off, this is our last question.
That was light.
Can you tell us a funny story of just growing up, raising him, being raised by him, something fun?
I got a funny story about what happened yesterday, but I can't tell it.
Why would you tease me like that?
Wow. Okay.
I'm joking.
I mean, one day we can tell that one. Just let it be some separate, not just yesterday. We can't do yesterday. Let it be a few months from now, and then we can share that one.
What's the funniest thing that's happened to you recently that you can share on camera?
I'm not gonna even lie. I was trying to put this off, but listen, I was using the washroom the other day. I don't know I think lighthearted, this dude was riding skateboards in a diaper. Literally, we have this riding a skateboard. He in a diaper, and what's the thing? You hit the wheelie on it, you put your back leg go down.
What it's called.
Yeah, he's riding with a diaper and a helmet on. And
I have a picture actually.
And
yes, please send us a picture.
It's pretty crazy. But yes, he was just a risk taker, and has always been lighthearted. I think one of my favorite pictures of him, I don't know how old he was still a baby because he was laying on his back, dang near cross-eyed, but he just had the biggest smile. You know what I mean? He just had the biggest smile. Look at him. Them sandals are hideous though. I'm I'm sorry. But yeah, his smile was he was always. All our kids have like amazing sense of humors. Our daughter Maria, Micah, like they all have amazing sense of humors, and we've all do nothing but laugh and clown each other. We also have family moments, and you know what them is. But for him, I think he's always been a very lighthearted. You didn't ask this question, but I think some of his hardest struggles in life is when he doesn't allow himself to have fun. He thrives the most when he just has fun, and he has so much personality and character to offer people. But sometimes, you know, as a young man trying to find his identity and figure things out, sometimes I get suffocated through overthinking, and it's just like, man, you're the goofiest, funniest, you know, lighthearted, bring joy to people. And I think that's, for me, watching him be that and make friends easy in neighborhoods. He'll just walk outside and start making friends. And that's not easy to do. So yeah, he's just lighthearted all the way around. So super dope kid.
I could add one more thing to the last question. I say another lesson as a man is, like, he's taught me how to show up. You know what I mean? Like, show up when, I think the main thing is, you know, the aspirations that I have, the dreams that I have, the sport that I play, what it requires, being able to show up, especially when it's not going your way, show up when you're not feeling motivated, show up when you're not feeling your greatest. I think he set the best example of showing up when it's the hardest, showing up when it's not easy to show up, especially building a church, leading a church. There's so many ups and so many downs, and I think a lot of people don't see the downs and just see him when he's on the platform. But it takes a lot to get up there. It takes a lot to be focused up there. It takes a lot to be prepared up there. And I think one of the biggest things he showed me is to show up when you got to show up. And I think I'll carry that for the rest of my life, especially obviously in life, but also in the sport I play as well. So.
Any final thoughts?
No, super dope kid, come from a super dope family, and shout out to all the Richmond kids. You guys are all beautiful and fun and funny in your own ways, and your mom and I are proud of you. Get your love fix, man.